Oh my gosh. Your wife just said spread your legs, man. I don't know what I'm in for tonight.
We're live, bro.
Oh, wow. You gotta say, where's our board?
I don't know. It's inside.
Hey,
So we're on.
how was your night?
It's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. So they did.
I asked
is it-
you, hey, are you gonna have some fun tonight? He's all, what are you trying to make me do?
Yeah,
Got a little loose
man.
today?
Poker night or Joker night?
Yeah, what's it called?
I was camp setup night.
Okay, yeah.
You were
Lisa,
taking a
we
nap
did
and-
ditch Lisa. I will say that we were the bad friends. We wouldn't have the fun, but they did Joker night or poker night. Basically, you go to 5 different camps. You take a shot at each camp, and you get a poker card. Is that right verbiage?
A playing card.
A playing card.
Playful
Okay.
Card.
Okay.
So at the end of 5 camps, whoever has the best 5 poker hand cards wins.
So did everybody have the same shots, or are you mixing?
Well, here's the
Poker.
problem. Right about when the poker Joker night was supposed to start, the World of Outlaw A started. So he said,
Oh,
whoa, time out. Let's watch the main event first,
yeah.
and then we'll do the Joker night.
How'd that go? I didn't see anything.
Well, I got thirsty, and I just started taking a lot of drinks. They weren't shots. Trust me. They were 8-ounce solo cup. Is it an 8 ounce? Is a solo cup 8 ounces?
Sure.
That's probably more.
I took way more than a shot or two of what they called, Dave Angus called toilet water. It tasted good. In the main
It does
event,
sound
dude,
good.
there was 3 yellows tonight at Elma for left front flats.
Something
Left
on your
front?
face right here.
Probably
Weird.
food,
Could be chocolate.
chocolate.
Chocolate cupcake.
Left front flat.
Yeah, it was like
Weird.
the Jimmy Truly
Like running up on the infield and
tribute
popping something.
drain night.
Yeah, I was gonna say they run in Placerville.
Jimmy truly.
We make fun of Jimmy because he's popped a few left fronts on the drain in 1 and 2. I tell people that when I'm going in turn 1 and 2 and I'm gonna go over the drain, I pick my left cheek up.
Because that helps.
It just wait a minute, I gotta get in there. It hikes the left front up enough to where it gets over the drain. Hey,
That's
I've never
embarrassing.
popped a left front.
I don't think that's what's helping you though.
Oh yeah, no, it is because Jimmy doesn't hike his left rear butt cheek up, and that's why he's popped so many left
Shame
fronts.
on you, Jimmy.
Have you ever popped a left front at?
Have you
Placerville?
popped your left
I
cheek
definitely
up?
have ran over the drain.
Have you ever popped a
I
tire?
don't know. It's been a lot of years of running Placerville, so I can't recall.
Hi, Jolene. We're just talking
We're
about
talking
Jimmy
about Jimmy. Drain.
over the drain. There was actually a song about Jimmy Truly popping his left front tire on the drain at the banquet one year.
Yes, it was.
Hey,
Jimmy Truly drain.
Jolene Truly, please don't drop the F-bomb while we're doing our TV show.
This is a family show. It's for the kids.
How was your night at Psycho Land?
It was good.
Yeah, okay.
I can't thank brother-in-law Scott, my grandpa.
He found the spare frame at Grandpa's?
They found a spare
Okay.
frame. Like
Never know where a spare frame
Yeah.
might be popping up.
my poor wife. We were up till what last night? 2.
Too long.
She was out the motorhome in the car, headed back to Roseville at 6:30 in the morning to go work,
Oh my God.
working her little butt off. So she got back, went straight to bed. I jumped in the car, went out there, probably
What time did you wake up this morning?
like 9.
Is that late for you? Or were you sleeping until 9 every now and then?
Yeah, if we
Okay.
stay
If we stay up till 2.
stay up late.
That
I
is
can-
late
can
for
go
I
us.
think
to
I
bed.
slept till
Yeah.
9:30 this morning as well. I fell asleep watching your favorite show last night.
Friends.
Friends,
I heard
the
that.
very
Allison
first
was
episode.
very proud of him.
Yeah, I kind of knew it was the first episode.
What's the first one called?
The pilot.
Jennifer shows up at the coffee place in her wedding dress.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So I thought when I went to bed, I'm wired to have I have to have the TV on. to go to sleep.
One of my good friends, Aaron
Yeah.
Colburn, Willie Spliffs and Photo Finishes. Like,
Oh, no way.
he was my roommate.
VHS
He was
tapes.
our roommate for a few
Grove
years.
Hill, rest in peace, Grove. We miss you.
Yeah, just walking past his doors and you can hear it in the background, and that's just what he had on.
That was
to go to
such
sleep.
a big deal back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're dating back to 88, 89 is when he first started putting those videos out. And,
Yeah.
I mean, we're all spoiled now. I mean, these kids don't know the difference, but
Yeah,
live
everything's
stream, like
live-streamed and,
YouTube.
like, back then, like, you didn't have any video, like, coverage of
It
yourself
was
racing.
so huge to get that video at the end of the year. I mean, you could not
and for
wait.
you to be on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the highlight
Yes,
video.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, you want to be doing the wheelie.
Yeah, I was normally
Not
the
the
one doing the
flips.
flips. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Did you ever get on the cover of Wheelie Flips and Photo
I don't think
Finish?
so.
I did.
Of course. For a flip?
For flipping.
Probably. Oh, Grove Hill, gosh. What a treasure Grove Hill was. I mean, just ahead of his time. I mean, before live stream, and just everybody's just like, we want it right now. We got to have it right now.
Yeah.
We're talking, you wouldn't get right now. You would not get highlights of Mini Gold Cup till January when that video came out.
Right. And we're
The
pissed
March
off
race.
that it's not. Why don't the race happened 3 hours ago? Why don't I have a highlight video up yet?
What's going on? Who
Yeah.
won?
What's their problem? They're slapping
Man,
today.
those were the days.
Great, good times.
Okay,
Yeah.
back to Cycle Land. We got sidetracked.
Yes.
You were 12
Yeah.
quick? Did I hear?
Yeah. Well, I was okay. 11th quick.
Yeah.
Tied a guy for 11th quick.
Lost the tiebreaker?
They had me on my race pass as 11th because I think my second lap was better, but Cycleland doesn't do that, so they put me 12th because he went out
That's how
first.
you got 6th here.
I had the better combined lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
'Cause
really.
I wouldn't score it that way. I would score it whoever went out first. That's how we score it in the sprint cars.
That's how Cycleland
And I have no
scores it.
problem with that. All I care about is that there's just a line in the sand. Whatever the line in the sand is, it is what it is. So yeah, 2 weeks ago at the Tyler Wolf race, there was 51 cars. They did the Civil War, yikes, the Cycleland format, and first through sixth, they're automatically in the A no matter what. But you have to start
After the
sixth,
heat
seventh,
race
eighth,
runners,
ninth,
yeah.
10th, 11th. Well, I ended up being tied with Torgerson for sixth. So now it's like, okay, who's getting a tiebreaker? Because whoever's seventh is going to be on the pole of Heat 1, and odds are
if you win, you're on
You're
the
on the
pole.
pole
you're on
of
the
the
pole of the Heat. Now, six quick's going to be in the dash, and
Yeah.
no matter what can start no better than six or seven.
Fifth.
Excuse me,
Fifth. Should have
seven.
been
There was
fifth.
5 heats, so it would have been six.
Ah.
So I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you. So we're like, well, I mean, as a racer, you want to win the tiebreaker because you'd rather be sixth than seventh.
Yeah.
But seventh puts you on the pole of Heat 1. Sixth puts you on the pole of the dash.
It's so weird.
We won the tiebreaker because they went overall time.
Maybe
And then they did a redraw, right? Or no, they were going.
They
They were
talked
going
themselves out of the redraw.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, oh, okay, it just needs to go in the dash 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, fast times really
Yeah.
screwed because
Yeah.
you start 6 in the dash, and let's face it, after dash, you could very well easily finish 5th or 6th in the dash, which puts you in row 5.
Yeah.
Tough road to hoe. Long story short.
It's interesting though, because me growing up at racing Cycleland like my whole life, like it was a big deal to make the dash. Like, sweet, I'm in the main.
His points.
Oh yeah. That's
Way
a
more
good.
points
That's a
if
good
you're in the
point
dash
too,
That's
because
what
than
we
any
were
race.
always
talked about.
point racing. So he would stack the trophy dash points, and then basically like say 50, 45, 40, whatever, and then so last place in the dash would have got like 20 points, and then if you got first in the heat race, you got 10 points. So that was like a big swing,
Yeah.
not making the dash. But then you're starting on the pole, so then you can get you have better odds of getting like the high points for the main event. But
There's a lot to say about winning main events, even though you might not get poles. But gosh darn, the morale you get.
yeah,
Now, I believe we did do the Cycleland format for 1 year at Chico.
Yeah.
yes.
Did you win the championship that year?
Ooh, was there a championship that year?
Yeah, absolutely there was. I just remember that I made the dash every single night. I was first through 6 quick all year long, and I never started better than row 3
Yeah.
the whole year.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, row 3, you're sitting there, big effing deal, right? But I mean, it's tough to win a race
Yeah.
from row 3, and a lot of nights I was row 4 and 5. So it was a tough season.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Did
can't
you-
remember that year.
You probably
For
were winning
points.
heat 1 every night and starting the pole
Yeah,
every night.
because I'm a sandbagger.
Yeah, right. You know what I do remember about that year is Kyle Oldfield won his first main event at Chico, and they had like 4 restarts
Okay.
with 1 lap to
Oh.
go.
So I remember thinking there's been a couple like super nice guys that like Herman Klein for whatever reason
Hang on, Herman.
he always raced me so clean, and I remember being
Because
in
he was an adult.
Placerville. Well, very true.
And he grew up at West Capitol, where his father respected other drivers.
Yeah. But there's been him and like a couple other guys where like I had to like motivate myself, like just pass him, like don't
Break his
don't,
heart?
Yeah, don't
Rip his heart out of his
basically
throat.
like don't give him the win, like just go get it. So like I don't know, it's weird, but Kyle Oldfield, that race, it was going to be his first win ever.
Country Builders.
So, but I'm in second, and then a yellow comes out. I'm like, all right, sweet, I got another chance. Like, get close, not going to get it done. Another yellow comes out. I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, after I think the third one, I'm all, just give the kid the win. Like, I felt like...
I give up.
this-
He's gonna beat me. This really checkered.
Well, this poor... Like, I was going to feel bad at that point if I did get the win. Like, I was trying...
You
But-
absolutely try, but yeah, I mean, after 3 or 4 attempts, are you not like just like
Dude, it's gonna
Yeah,
be his first
right?
win.
I mean,
like, just come on.
how many tries are you
Checkered
gonna
it.
give me?
Right.
And you
Yeah.
guys probably remember your first win.
I absolutely
think of
do.
the emotion of, like, a restart,
I
like,
remember
"Ugh."
my first sprint car win, but I was talking to some go kart people like this week. I can't remember my first go kart win. That's really sad.
Oh, that's because it wimpy old go karts. Who cares? What about your sprint car win? Where was your first sprint car win? Let's hear it.
At Chico, so all year long we had like first car was Ryan Flynn, like used car. Thing was bent to crap. Like struggled through that like through half the year. We got an Eagle too, but like it was super short and everything, and that thing always drove tight on the right front. Hated that. And then we got a brand new John Boy car, and we had a new paint scheme. I had a new fire suit. Like everything was like brand new.
You know what you say? Feel good.
I know.
Was it
that's,
feel good, look good, do good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it was. So we were rolling that night, but I think they drew like a 10 pill, so we
Ah,
got to
you
start on the
slacker.
front.
God damn, I was probably starting 10th.
And you were probably 18th quick that night
Maybe,
or something
I
to get
don't
the
know.
10 pill on the front row.
Irritates me.
Yeah. But,
So what was
I'll
it? A
remember that.
Civil War race or a 360
No, it was
race
just
or a 410
a
race?
410 point race.
So a Friday night 410 race.
Yeah.
What year?
Jonathan Allard was in the 10 car, orange 10 car. I lapped him.
Was that the McMillan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lapped Jay?
I lapped Jay that
How
night.
embarrassing.
He had a broken shock, so he kind of had
Oh,
an
blah, blah,
excuse.
blah. World's smallest violin.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2002. Okay, so my first win was in 1997, April of
The
1997.
1900s?
Yeah, that
Allison,
back,
did you
back
hear
to
that?
last night. We towed to Placerville in our covered wagon uphill, and it was snowing. And when we went home,
please.
we still towed uphill. It was an open.
2 people died along the way.
It was an
They ate 'em
open
at the
trailer
summit.
covered wagon. It was just an open wagon. So I mean, I was up to speed, but I was still at that time where I just couldn't win. And so the 3 ballers at Placerville in 1997 were Kevin Urton, Ray Rust, and Glenn Bonet, ART Glenn. He was in
Was
Joe
Brian
Klingensmith's
Crockett
44.
not-
No, Brian
was
wasn't
he
racing
done?
there anymore. Yeah, I think he'd pulled the plug and was racing with Roger at that time.
Okay.
But
Roger's like 12 racing.
Yeah.
in
What year did you
Oregon,
start
maybe.
racing?
1992 was my very first race.
Took you 5 years.
Yeah, so all you go-kart families that think your kid is the next Kyle Larson because you race at Cycleland, unfortunately, Kyle Larson set the bar super, super high, and your kid's probably not him. And that's okay. That's totally okay. I mean, there's got to be local fun racers that go out and have fun, right? Okay? So just
You
because...
just broke some people's hearts.
Just
They're like,
because
what?
your kid doesn't win in year one, it's okay.
He won in year 1.
You won in year one?
Yeah, that's my first year.
God, well, you're breaking you're screwing my thing up.
That's Sean Becker.
I'm not saying I'm done anything great, but I've won a moderate amount of races and a moderate amount of championships. And it took me 5 goddamn seasons to win a race.
But you had 0 racing experience
But
before
my
that.
very first race was when I was 16, and I got in a sprint car and I drove a race.
Yeah.
But so back to when I won, I did beat Glenn Bonet and Ray Russ to win my
Wow.
very first sprint car race. Kevin Urton was
you
off
say it's
racing.
Placerville?
It was at Placerville, and it was a pretty big deal to me. So okay, I won my first race. They all come easy after that, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
So we go down to the Civil War race the following week at Petaluma. I'm going to win my very first Petaluma Civil War race. I'd even make the main event. So yeah, the bubble was bursted very quick. Let me tell you.
Are you in the trailer like...
But you felt
What do you
good. Did you
mean?
look good?
What
You
happened?
In the
felt good. Did you
trailer,
look
I was
good?
on the trailer. We didn't have no enclosed trailer in 1997.
Oh.
But you know what? Hey, don't worry.
Were you racing full time? Like, was your dad done in that year?
Yeah, so my dad, my first full season was in 1994.
Okay.
So my first 2 seasons, 1992, 1993, I only ran 15 races in those 2 years. So the story goes with my dad is he was going to race again in 1994, and we went to the Copper World race at Phoenix when they ran the Silver Crown cars, the midgets, Winston West, and the super modifieds. And we're sitting up on the hill on Sunday watching the main events, and all of a sudden he just looks at me and goes, you know, this is where you need to be. I'm like, all right. He goes, and you're never going to get there racing part-time. I'm like, okay. He goes, I'm done. You're in full-time. And I was like, okay. So theoretically, 1994 was my very first, quote-unquote,
Yeah.
full season racing, and it did make a difference. I mean,
Yeah.
I did get better racing week after week. I ran an entire year in 1994.
This
So
year's,
that was helpful.
of all the years I've experienced, I've gotten sprint cars. Like, this year's been weird. How many off weekends we've had,
Very
and then it's
sporadic.
just like, all right, let's go to Placerville and try to win. It's like, oh boy,
It's
qualified
hard.
next to last.
Yeah.
The last race I was there.
It's amazing what racing week after week does.
100%.
So I joke about not even making the main event the following week. That's okay. I'll win the next week. I didn't win another main event until October of 1998.
Oh man.
It was slim pickings, let me tell you. So again, I go back to all the go-kart kids. It's okay. You can still do good and be good and success and have, a good racing career.
Yeah.
Just keep throwing those sliders, right?
Well, not on me. Quit throwing sliders on me. But I do feel bad. I see some of these parents that think their kids are good at just win races
So
at 14 and 15 years old, and it's not.
Well, it's funny.
Not everybody's Kyle Larson.
Talk a lot about being at Cycleland, and it's such a family-oriented sport. That's one of my favorite things about it. But that's always how it's been. You basically got the little league parents, but in my generation coming up, oh yeah, that kid thinks his kid's the next Jeff Gordon. So it was Jeff Gordon at that time. Now we actually have it's funny.
Well, Jeff was local,
We talk.
so I
about,
think that's why it was
sure.
Not as
next-
local as Kyle
No,
Larson.
now
not
we
as
have
local as
actually-
Kyle, but
We are racing what
Right.
Kyle Larson and Brad Sweet Justin Grant, all these studs, Logan Seavey, around the nation.
Should we talk about Lowell? Is this the night where we talk about Lowell?
I mean, we said we weren't going to talk a lot tonight.
Well, we're talking
my
a lot.
wife has
So,
to drive home. My daughter's got school in the morning.
well, tough titty, said the kitty when the milk ran dry. We're talking about Lowell now.
Okay.
So Lowell Morale, the guy that basically, whether or not my opinion means anything, who gives a shit, right? He basically revolutionized racing. What those kids learned at Cycleland has completely changed racing.
Our sport of, sprint car racing.
This is a
for
sport,
sure.
period. Who kicks ass locally in sprint cars? Cycleland kids. Who kicks ass in USAC? Cycleland kids.
Yeah.
Who's a freaking 4-time outlaw champion? A Cycleland kid. Who's the best thing in NASCAR? Cycleland kid. Who ran second at Darlington last night? A Cycleland kid. And what do they do at Melbridge? Melbridge wasn't happening before Cycleland.
Yeah.
So yeah, our guy Lowell from Cycleland dies, right?
Yeah.
Leaves us freaking, holding the bag. Yeah, we're lost at Silver Dollar.
It's a huge, huge hole. We had his service this last Wednesday, and almost 1,000 people came out.
Was that when we were there?
I think so.
We were thinking it was damn near close. 1,000 people. And a lot of his family members were there, got to tell stories. That was great to hear. I loved his son got to come up and say a few things.
That was great.
That was my favorite part.
Because he wasn't planning on coming up.
No, yeah, like somebody asked him like moments before, like, Lowell, do you want to say something? He said no. And then Doug Reiswig came up, like longtime friend, raced with him on flat track days and everything. Had a few words to say, and then that kind of got little Lowell going, and Lowell got up, and I was very grateful that he did.
The best thing that Lowell Jr. said was, so Lowell Sr. had polio growing up, I guess. And I'm not super educated on polio, but it's obviously screwed up Lowell's leg. So what Lowell Jr. said was there was like no muscle from the knee down. So he goes, yeah, my dad could have collected disability his entire life, but instead he went out, worked, and he earned it. He goes, so if you're out there taking advantage of the system, because I can tell you my dad didn't like that.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
That was awesome. And I mean, that's right up my alley, because that's not my cup of tea either. So, but yeah, so Lowell took over Cycleland in the early 80s from Bill Brownell, and I think there was another gentleman. And then Lowell was a flat tracker, an AMA Pro professional flat tracker, and ran Ascot and TTT and like mile flat track stuff. And then in the early 90s created that go-kart track that just sculpted what we have now.
Yeah.
So
Cycleland was a big motorcycle track for a long time. Like, I think
your
it had
dad, right?
Yeah, my dad raced flat track there a lot. And then kind of later developed into like a motocross track. So he raced that a lot, and that's kind of where we started. Like, my dad was a motorcycle guy, and then he kind of
motocross or TT flat track.
He did
What are we doing?
motocross. Like, he turned pro
So did Grandpa.
racing
And then
motocross.
Shane Scott talked about racing there too. I had no idea Shane raced the motorcycle at Cycleland.
Yeah. So it was. So my introduction to Lowell, like, kind of was like, we had a Betamax tape of my mom videotaping.
Betamax. Wow.
Oh my God. Explain what that is,
I know.
because
to all
there's a
these
lot that
kids.
don't know.
Like, well, VHS. I got to explain that now. So before VHS, but my mom would videotape my dad racing motocross. He got a whole shot one time. This is at Marysville East Street, and then there was just a little jump and then a turn. My dad rolled it to take the turn, and you just see it on the top of the screen. This guy just comes flying over his shoulder, endos, like crashes headfirst in the ground. That was Lowell. Ended up breaking his collarbone.
Oh wow,
that night. Yeah,
that's a big injury. That's a normal injury for motorcycle guys. They
100%.
always break their collarbone.
I was racing motorcycles at Cycling and broke my collarbone when I was 11.
We need to develop a collarbone, like a device.
They
or
do,
something.
but it still doesn't work.
They don't work.
His story is funny too about like when that happened because you were 10
Yeah, 10 or 11.
and his dad comes up and
Oh
like
yeah, my dad is great under like pressure, like
not.
those things. So like I'm laying on the ground, I just know I'm in a ton of pain. Whatever.
Something broke, Dad.
Because I landed on my head, kind of like head and shoulder, obviously. You know, it just hurts so bad. I'm crying, and everybody's gathered around. And my dad comes in, and he looks in my shirt, and he goes, "Oh my God!" And I just like, I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. Like I knew I was gone. I was done. Like they carried me to the truck, and I said, "No, put me down at the back of the truck." I wanted to walk to the door because I thought I was paralyzed. But yeah, but no, they still work, so I'm good. So,
Did
but
they
that
wire your collarbone back together? How does that work?
no, I still got
They
a
can't
bump
do
there.
anything. There's a
Yeah, it
bump.
kind
It
of
is.
broke like that, and then it just kind of heals
Okay.
itself. It's weird. But yeah, my sister started dating a guy in high school. He raced motorcycles, so then we came out to Cycland just to watch him race. He was racing 80s, and favorite memory also of Lowell and Little Lowell was they had like a pro class. And how cool is this? Like they were both racing together in the pro class. Big Lowell got the whole shot, led like a few laps, but Little Lowell, he was kind of super talented, super young, and he was fast coming through the pack, and then they'd battle for like 3 laps, and like Big Lowell was like super savvy and like the veteran and everything, and then Little Lowell was like out of control and super fast, so it was so fun to see those two styles. So
I guess Lil Junior was like legit motocross guy. Like he did
was beautiful to
Supercross
watch on the
stuff,
motocross.
yeah.
Yeah, like he would go to pro Supercross events.
yeah.
Like I don't think he ever made a main event, but a lot of last chance qualifiers where he'd finish like 7th and they took 4 or whatever. So like he was, I mean, anybody racing on a Supercross track, like doing those triples and everything,
pretty legit.
insane. But watching him at Cycland, like they would make triple jumps that only he was jumping, like insane. And then he'd be leading the field by over a lap, and he's going over the finish line every single time, hands in the air, like he just had so much style. Like it was super fun to watch.
I'd driven by Cycleland a billion times because my dad raced Chico, obviously, and then I'd just be in the back of the Suburban. We'd go by Cycleland. There'd always be a sign out there. And never really knew much about Cycleland, and then all of a sudden,
Did you ever get hit by a rock?
no,
That's
nobody was throwing rocks at me on Highway 99.
That's good.
Because what year was
In
this?
the
He
80s
wasn't
and
born
90s,
for another
yeah.
10
So
years.
the kid that was throwing rocks on Highway 99 wasn't born yet. But all of a sudden, here comes this red 15 sprint car with a big Cycleland logo on it. Who's this? It's Lowell Morale Jr. Oh, that's his dad owned Cycleland. Okay. And then, Lowell got around Chico pretty good in a sprint car.
Yeah.
And then,
I think he got 1 win there.
yeah, I'm not going to brag, but I picked his pocket on the last lap one night here.
Aw,
Yeah, I did.
So rude.
Yeah, what a jerk. But then, I don't know, 2010, 11, 12-ish, all of a sudden, here's a different guy prepping the track, and it was Lowell Sr. And then, Lowell did the track here for about 10 years. And then, so I started picking his brain all the time, asking him tons of questions, because I'm curious, and I like to know what's going on, and he was always joking with me. Because back in that day, we had a water truck and a grader. That's all any track had. There was no tillers. There was no Chili Bowl freaking Kubotas and things like that. And Lowell he built a couple things, like literally hand-built these drags that he would dig into the ground and rip the track. And he'd always say, you got to tool up, Andy. You got to have the tools. Got to have the tools to do the job. And how many tractors we got sitting out there now? I mean, we got like 3 or 4 water trucks, a brand new grader, tillers and drags and spinners and 4-wheel, 8-wheel tractors and he just
And what
set
happened?
the standard.
What's happened this week already? Like a lot of like trucks are being broke down and everything. And we were
Oh, yeah.
talking to kind of like the promoters,
Rachel.
and they were saying like we'd never heard of these before. Like anytime that this
We
would
didn't know
happen,
there was those problems.
we didn't know there was those problems, because if there was a problem, like Lowell was already on it to fix it, to get it working and move on with the show. So now, hey, they're getting let known like, hey, this is broke
Wow.
down. Hey, this is broke down. So okay, we
We
gotta
didn't know Lowell
call
did
this
that much.
person
Yeah.
to fix this, and yeah, it's insane how much he did.
I don't want to put words in their mouths, but I will just say this. In my opinion, SLC would not have taken this place over 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago, if they knew Lowell wasn't going to be around.
You know,
That's how important Lowell was.
Serious facts.
He's a huge.
So
Yeah, it's a huge
that's how important he was.
Yep.
huge hole.
Facts.
Huge
Literal
hole.
facts.
Yep. I was saying earlier, Becky, I talked to her, a month ago or something, and she said, I finally got Lowell to watch a Shark Tales. She said, I kind of like the story of Sean and I, like, he doesn't have Facebook, he doesn't have that, so I'm laying in bed listening to your recaps after the night and, like, laughing and, like, what are you watching? Like, oh, just Andy telling his recap. Becky said, that's what I was doing. I'd be in bed watching it, and I watched Drake's Dirt Talk with Drake with Lowell like 7 years ago or something, and he was kind of talking. We get done racing, and like people say like, what's it like, living at a racetrack? And he's like, well, I'm not home when I'm at the racetrack. Like when I'm at the racetrack, I'm out there working, so it's just like everybody else. They go to work and then they come home. And he said, I'd come home and I'd spend the next 2 hours watching the Supercross race that I taped to kind of like wind down. And that's what you do too. Like we come home and it's like, that's what we're watching. We're watching
Didn't matter if I,
Supercross.
drove home
3
from
hours
Hanford,
from
and
We're
then
watching
got home.
Supercross.
It's like, oh, I'll put it on just to see what's going on. And
But yeah, so
help me
Becky
wind
said,
down.
Lowell's watching TV and I'm over here watching the Shark Tale. She goes, I finally got him to watch it. And he was laughing pretty good, but he doesn't have the attention span to go that long. So he didn't watch the whole
So
thing.
we should cut it off?
Yeah.
Cut it
Yeah,
short?
we should
Lowell
cut
would
it
not
off.
appreciate how long
Oh,
this is
shoot,
right
Lowell.
now. Oh, he loved you guys though.
He grew Mark Cooper, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark's been out there at Cyclan under Lowell's tutelage and setting up those tracks. Track's been awesome at Cyclan for a long time, and he's been out here at Chico as well.
Track was great last
He
Friday.
did a great job with the Tyler Wolf race, being
Yeah.
51 cars, and we were kind of talking to him about that at the memorial. It was like, you had everything going against you. You're doing your track for the first time by yourself. It's August in Chico. You
Yeah.
don't know what the weather's going to do. Luckily, it wasn't 110 degrees, but 51 cars, like everything going against you for like your first race, and it was great racing,
Yeah.
great track.
There's one thing about doing something your first time by yourself, quote unquote.
Right.
Your mentor is over your shoulder, kind of saying, well, maybe more water, grade less or
Yeah.
till more. But Lowell wasn't here to do that for Mark, so we got here a little early. I wanted to do a couple things, and I'm looking up there, and Mark's out there walking the track. It was pretty thick at that point, and I'm looking, and the whirligigger, the spinner,
Yep.
Is that the technical
completely
name for it?
broke off the damn tractor.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
no.
Oh, God.
So the tractor, he pulled the tractor off the track, and because I couldn't see the whirligigger, and so I walk up the fence. I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" He goes, "The shaft broke." So next thing you know, here comes the Skippy loader, and they're chaining off the whirligigger, and I was like, "Oh boy, we're in trouble."
I feel like this happened at Cycleland like a month ago, and they were out doing something on the track, and something broke, and now there's another tractor that comes over, and Lowell's in the water truck, I think. He was helping do that, and then these guys are backing something up, and then we're picking these things up. It's like, that is one thing to say in like the racing community, is we pretty much have hands-on people who can fix stuff. Like lights go out, and it's like there's got to be an electrician out here. Like we know that there's someone out here that can come fix this. But yeah, your first time taking
I'm gonna
over and you lose the
yeah.
whirligigger. I
I'm
mean,
gonna assume the whirligigger's fixed. I saw.
I
The
hope
Gold
so.
Cup will still be great.
Uh,
We got the whirligigger.
got the whirligigger.
He did. It didn't end up needing it though because it track sat long enough. Things dried a little.
What is it really called?
I don't know. It's that thing that spins.
Whirligigger. That is the name. No.
Is it really?
Forever. No, but forever it will
It doesn't till. It doesn't really do anything, but it just kind of spins and
It's a kind
drags.
of whirly diggers.
It was really thick and murky out there, and he was just using it to kind of calm things down. And I mean, his first night
As a
ever,
whirly digger
I'm
would
sure his
do.
ass was puckered, and the goddamn fucking thing falls apart on him. Oh, poor Cooper. And it's instead of doing track prep, you're picking this piece of iron out of the track instead of working on the track.
Whirligigger.
But Lowell wouldn't have batted an eye. He just would have kept on. He would have kept on
And no one would have known about it because
Nope.
it would have just been done.
And we didn't know about it last Friday because Mark learned from Lowell.
Yep.
So
Yep. Big
we
hole.
miss you, Lowell.
Thank you, Lowell.
Is that all we have to say about that?
I think
That was a
that's
sad
good.
one.
That's sad. So Tuesday, tomorrow,
Nothing.
golf cart parade, no cycle land, and that's that. Then Wednesday.
Prep for Gold
We
Cup
race.
69.
Talk about the Gold Cup barbecue.
Gold
No,
Cup
we got the
barbecue
Gold
group.
Cup barbecue crew. They want us to shout them out, but you know what?
We're awesome.
I don't
They're
know if
the
I told
best. You're the best.
I
To-
wouldn't go that far.
Tonight at the poker run or Joker
It
run.
was so much fun.
What is it
What
called?
was it
Poker
called
Run
today?
Or Joker Run.
Joker run.
Joker Run.
You had to have the best poker hand of the bunch. And I had a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace, and a Joker. And I didn't win. So guess what? Thursday
You set
night,
balls in you for us.
Thursday night,
We know.
we're boycotting the black light party,
You are not.
and we're having a white light party in this camp. Yeah, we're gonna put you out of business. Yep,
No, you're not. No, you're not.
that's the rumor. White light party. So guess what? You
Party.
better wear clean clothes over here because the white light's gonna show it all.
You're ridiculous. You're not boycotting. You're ridiculous, right?
After I got, how do you not win the best poker hand with every card in the deck?
You totally cheated.
I saw you. Just so you
I don't know that.
I don't
You
know that. I don't
freaking
know that.
cheated.
I don't know
I
that.
had
We had like 56 cards. And
Well,
and
we have
really
50.
five.
We
You
did
had
have
3 pairs.
we
You're
had
only
over
allowed to play
50
with 5
cards.
cards.
and we went to 5 camps.
She had 3 pairs with 5 cards. Figure that one out.
Did you win though?
She cheated.
Did you win though?
Card hand. She got 3
And you didn't even win. You
Can
cheated
I
and
ask?
didn't
Can
even
I ask
win.
you this? What was it to
Yeah,
win
what was
tonight?
the winning hand?
bucks.
57. Oh, no.
Hot jacks with a 7 kicker.
What?
Oh, wait.
I've got 12
What?
answers. Wait.
Wait.
Jacks?
Wait,
4
what-
jacks with a
what-
7
what was
kicker.
No, no, no. I don't care about what won. I want to care what they won.
Oh, $80, 92.
what-
$92?
$92?
It's a sign from God.
What was the winning
That
hand?
just poured salt in the wind right there.
What was the winning hand?
It was 4 jacks.
4 jacks.
So we need
I had 5 aces. How does that not win?
Bring your hand forward.
Yes,
No.
You're looking for your golf cart, that's why.
My goal was to win, and I was gonna fess up. We cheated. We definitely cheated.
5 aces, you jack. Right?
You know, or
They were in the back
That's
of
why
my
you're
golf
supposed to
cart
put everyone's name on each card. when they get
trading
these
cards.
plays.
I'm gonna tell you where we cheated the most was at Scott Russell and Cammie Arnold's camp, RMI. We were last in line, and they just gave us all their cards. So we thought we had a pretty good chance. So I'm throwing RMI under the bus.
Hey, Andy Forsberg, what was your favorite shot?
We need to go about the gym.
All 5 were my favorite shots.
We talk now?
Yeah, of course we can. Always.
What's
up?
Can I turn this off so I can go home?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 12:51. Lisa's got to. Are you going home right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what time will you get home tonight? About 2?
3?
3. Wow.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, Lisa, what? You're going home?
1:45.
Anyways, our
Tomorrow.
producer's got to go home. Our stupid kids got school. That's why you don't have kids. Don't have kids, and you can come to Gold Cup and have fun.
Shut up. I was just,
I'm still having fun.
But you got to go home. That's not fun.
I was up till 2 a.m. last night.
And you got to set your alarm to get up in the morning.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's not fun.
It's fine.
What's her school schedule the rest of the week?
She's back here on Thursday. Well, she'll be back
Gotta
here
be
Monday,
here for the
Wednesday
black
night.
light party.
When are you coming back?
Actually,
Tomorrow.
And then are you going back again? Oh my
On
god.
Wednesday.
I swear to God, you need to put these kids up for adoption at Gold Cup.
Well, the other one's just sleeping in there. I can pull him out.
Oh.
He's out for the week.
All right, well, we're going to shut it off so she can go home, go to bed. Lowell, we miss you. Cycleland. Even though I give those car kids a lot of shit,
I know.
Cycleland has revolutionized the sport of motorsports. So, pretty amazing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
The house that Lowell built.
Good night.